Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the second Maiden's tragedy, and we get to hear from Lady today in Act 2, Scene 1. Now, Lady is the wife of Gavinius, and she is the reason why the Tyrant King overthrew Gavinius, because the Tyrant King is in love with her. But when she was brought in because he was going to woo her in front of Gavinius to sort of, rub salt in the wound, she said that she would rather be with Gavinius because it's not about the money or the lands or the titles or any of that stuff. It's about the person, and she wants to be with Gavinius. So the two of them have been sort of sequestered in Gavinius' house. They're being kept in separate rooms, but in such a way that they can physically see each other. They're not supposed to be really interacting, but they're both being sort of held under house arrest in Gavinius' place. And also Lady is the daughter of Helvetius, who is sort of kissing the Tyrant King's butt at the moment because he wants to rise in status and all of these sorts of things. So anyway, Act 2, Scene 1, we start out, we're in Gavinius' house, and a servant comes into Lady's room, and he's like, you have a guest waiting outside. And she says, who's here? And the servant says, well, it's your father. And she says, my father? Pray make haste, he waits too long. Entreat him hither. In despite of all the tyrant's cruelties, we have got that friendship, even of the guard that he has placed about us. My lord and I have free access together, as much as I would ask of liberty. They'll trust us largely now, and keep sometimes 3 hours from us, a rare courtesy in jailers' children. Helvetius enters. Some mild news, I hope, comes with my father? No, his looks are sad. There is some further tyranny. Let it fall, our constant suffering shall amaze it. So this isn't really like an earth-shattering monologue, it's just some exposition, but it's kind of important exposition because we learn that she and Gavinius have still had easy access to each other. They have befriended the guards that are supposed to be keeping them apart, but they let them go back and forth to each other's rooms all the time and sometimes leave them alone together for 3 hours at a time. So she's like, this whole being sequestered thing isn't so bad. People don't like the Tyrant King, so we've made friends with them, and now I get to see my husband sort of as much as I want. And when her father comes in, she hopes that it's nothing major, but she sees that he's not looking particularly awesome. So he comes in and she kneels to him, and he's like, stand up, I'm not blessing you. You are ungrateful, and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're talking about, and just you're this ungrateful, unworthy child. And she's like, what makes you think that? And he's going to expound on what makes him think that in tomorrow's monologue. So I'll see you then. Mwah.